Back to the subject. Casing stated he would accept a view through a ground-based telescope as proof of man's visit to the moon. Quite frankly, I have visited more observatories and college science conventions where people can look through telescopes, and every time, at least someone asks the same question. Can we see the lunar module? In 2006, I interviewed Joss Hawthorne of the Anglo-Australian Observatory. He told me it was indeed possible.
You need what's called adaptive optics. That's a great idea, you know. I think I'll do that as an experiment. When as soon as we get this adaptive optics imager working on Gemini, I'm going to ask if we can actually point it at the moon and see if we can find the module for you. How about that for an experiment? Wouldn't that be wild?
It's interesting to note that Hawthorne is not the only one who says this. In the November 24th, 2002 printing of the Daily Telegraph, we learn that the Very Large Telescope in Chile is also capable of seeing the artifacts.
World's biggest telescope to prove Americans really walked on moon. Now astronomers hope to kill off the conspiracy theory once and for all by using the Very Large Telescope, the VLT, by far the most powerful telescope in the world, to spot the Apollo lunar landers. Operated by European astronomers in the Chilean Andes, the VLT consists of 4 mirrors, 27 feet across, linked by optical fibers. It can see a single human hair at a distance of 10 miles. Trained on the moon, such astonishing resolution should enable it to see the base of one or more of the 6 lunar modules, which NASA insists landed on the moon between 1969 and 1972. Any images of the modules would be the first not to have been taken from space by NASA. Dr. Richard West, an astronomer at the VLT, confirmed that his team was aiming to achieve a high-resolution image of one of the Apollo landing sites. The first attempt to spot the spacecraft will be made using only one of the VLT's 4 telescope mirrors, which are fitted with special adaptive optics to cancel the distorting effects of the Earth's atmosphere. A trial run of the equipment this summer produced the sharpest image of the moon taken from the Earth, showing details 400 feet across from a distance of 238,000 miles.
Pause that for a second. This is exactly what Joss Hawthorne told me in his interview. They got a big enough telescope to see the artifacts. All they need is adaptive optics. For the record, the Gemini Observatory uses an 8.1 meter reflector telescope, and VLT uses 4 8.2 meter reflector telescopes. Scientists say that this is all it will take to see the artifacts. Yet propagandists claim it'll take a telescope as big as a football field to see it. The article goes on.
The VLT team hopes to improve on this, with the aim of detecting clear evidence for the presence of the landers. The base of the lunar modules measured about 10 feet across, but would cast a much longer shadow under ideal conditions. Dr. West said that the challenge pushed the optical abilities of one VLT mirror to its limits. If this attempt failed, the team planned to use the power of all 4 mirrors. They would most probably be sufficiently sharp to show something at the sites, he said. Dr. West insisted, however, that the decision to examine the landing sites was not driven by the conspiracy theory. "We do not question the reality of the landings," he said. "It is more for instrument testing purposes." Supporters of the conspiracy theory welcome the news that astronomers are to photograph the landing sites. Marcus Allen, UK publisher of Nexus magazine and a longtime advocate of the theory, said, "I would be the first to accept what they find as powerful evidence that something was placed on the moon by man."
Remember, this article was printed in 2002. This interview with Joss Hawthorne was filmed in 2006. 7 and 3 years have passed respectively. Adaptive optics have long been installed on the Gemini telescope, and the VLT has the ability to detect a car headlight on the moon. And yet to this date, neither of them have found the artifacts. I sent Dr. Hawthorne emails to ask for any updates. So far, he hasn't responded back. and when I contacted Marcus Allen to verify the article represented his position accurately, he said,
The article did represent my position fairly accurately. It was a phone interview with Robert Matthews, the science editor of the Sunday Telegraph. He was really trying to promote the launch of the VLT in Chile, which was due for final testing and calibration, for which they said they would try to identify the Apollo landers. That was several years ago, and though I have since asked Robert if these tests have been carried out, he has always said they are still waiting.
Quite frankly, I'm done waiting. The time has come for these observatories to take these telescopes and settle this once and for all. I'm sure we'll all be able to get better pictures than the pixelated garbage that LRO keeps feeding us. And the observatories have every reason to, because all the so-called exhaust disturbances have been proven to be the bright sides of natural impact craters. It's not looking very good for NASA, JAXA, ISRO, ESA, or any of the other scientists and followers who insisted that such a disturbance should be visible from orbit. NASA's claims of going to the moon are in severe doubt.